Hey, this is Lori Bravo. You probably know me from Nuclear Death or just plain old Lori Bravo solo. Anyway, I'm reporting to you live at 3:30 a.m. It is officially the day that Hurricane Francine will hit New Orleans, or I always say the night before because it's nighttime still and I stay up all night, so until I wake up, it's not that day. But anyway, she's coming, and she's coming soon, and so that's why I thought I would do this quick first update, if you will. All I did today, I woke up 3 hours earlier than I usually do, so I could bug out and get everything handled outside, any of the decorations, anything like that. Pull everything, my skeletons, Sam and Douglas, pull them all into the shed, back and front, which actually took me a lot longer than I thought. It was kind of rougher than I thought. There's these tables out in the back that I didn't expect to be that heavy. It's not so much they're heavy, but I'm only 5'1", and everything's taller than me. And then it's like, how do I do this? And my dad and I's rocking chair was fun because that thing's as tall as I am, and it's like fun. But anyway, that's what happened. So I got that handled. And I'm just fucking exhausted because the night before I worked in the house. I did my housework, which takes about an hour. I clean the house thoroughly like I do every Monday, just to keep with my patterns and whatever. And then last night, all I did was charge everything. Our lanterns, our book lights, our puck lights. We have puck lights that come on and off when you go in and out of a room. They're all rechargeable. Our fans, my 2 air conditioners, even though it's not really hot, thank you, Mother Nature. When I survived Ida in 2021, it was August, and it was just evil. But from Arizona, thank you. I'm so glad that I grew up in heat, regardless. But anyway, so yeah, here we're in September, and it was a really mild summer. So I'm very thankful for that, that it's not blazing, But anyway, I've got the 2 little portable air cooler conditioner thingamajigs. Anyway, I charged all that, and of course the electronics, and then I'm going to do it again because obviously I'm using this now, and I'm going to be downloading stuff on the phone because we have Cox Internet in our home, and as soon as the power goes out, that will go. But see, we have T-Mobile. Thank you, T-Mobile. Thank you for our phones, and that we can still use, and so I'll still be able to communicate, which is great as far as I know anyway. So that's yay. But yes, I'm absolutely exhausted. I've been basically working 2 days straight, aside from the 6 hours of sleep I got in between these 2 days, and I'm bucking bushed. And not only did I do that today, all that hauling and cleaning and making sure everything was put away and all of that, getting ready, moved our cars away from our trees and all this stuff. But then I actually did my normal workouts. I went walking, and then I came back and did a bike ride. So that was an hour. And then I also, after we got done having my lunch, my mom's dinner, and she went to bed, I went and did another 30-minute bike ride to just keep the juices flowing. And I am, as you can see, really tired. But not ready for bed, because now comes the best time of the night for me, and that is to get fucked up. So I just poured my first 2 shots of bourbon. These are shooter shots, of course. That's why it's like this. And I'm going to sip on this for the next hour or so. And I'm just going to be very thankful that we're as ready as we can be. We have ice. Both of our cars are gassed up, although I don't think that matters at this point. We're not going anywhere. I've got 2 charging banks that also are backup batteries that I can plug things into if I need to. But really, it's just charging things. If I can just charge shit up in here, that would be great. Because the first year, we didn't have that, and I had to charge. I had to go out to the car and charge things in the car, and then sit in the air conditioning because I was like, oh God, it was so hot in here. I thought I would wait until I just couldn't take it anymore. I only did it probably I was here until we evac to Mississippi for I think 3 or 4 days after Ida, and I remember I only went to the car. I didn't use my mom's car because my brother and I were going to use that to evac with, and my sister, and so but my car, I sat in it, running with the air on. a couple times, but I think it was like 2, maybe 3 times at the most. And I never used my air conditioners until I slept, because that's when I really need it. That's when I just don't want to soak my bed. I just, I'm in menopause. I sleep hot anyway. I am a hot person by nature, but I also soak things with night sweats if I'm not cold. And I'm used to sleeping in like 68 degrees with air at 68. Lately it's been 70 because it's been cooling down, but anyway, so if I have to sweat, fine, I can wash my shit, but I'm just saying, I don't use the air conditioners in here. I figure, fuck it, I'm from Arizona. I've lived in 120 degrees with no fucking air conditioning before for over a week, so yeah, I think it's okay. And it's not going to be like that. So, hopefully, she will be kind. I mean, she is only a cat 1, maybe 2. I don't know. They keep going back and forth. I don't know, but Ida was a 5, and Katrina, I believe, was a 6. So I'm very thankful. In fact, my neighbors who have lived here, most of them since 1965, 66, something like that, maybe in the 70s. In other words, they've been here a really long time. One, our across the street neighbors since before I was born. And so they went through many hurricanes, including Katrina. And Kenner didn't flood during Katrina, which is where we actually live, proper Kenner. But it was just weird. But anyway, the reason I'm bringing that up is because none of those people even brought anything in. Now, they were saying, in the morning we'll go out and get... But I walked up and down. I did my walk. It's 30 minutes, and it goes down one, and back up the other way. Not a single house had anything out of their yard. It was they had lights. They had their sitting chairs. They had their fucking picnic tables. They had their fucking their swings and their decorations and their potted plants and their hanging plants and their lights. And I thought, am I nuts? But I'd rather not have my skeletons go flying off somewhere, my full-size skeletons. I worked a long time to get those. It took me so many years to be able to save up to get that size, and then I was lucky because there was a sale, and I was able to get, I think, one for like half off or something. It was just nice. They were like $50 or $60 a piece, and I ended up not paying that much for Sam or Douglas, and I was like, there you go, So anyway, I need to get a water. Always got to have a water back so you don't wake up with a hangover. But anyway, yes, I'm going to have this, and I'm going to have my beer, and I'm going to have this again, and this is going to be great. And yes, I'm going to enjoy the power right now. Oh my God, thank you, Jesus. Great Santa Muerte. Thank you, Dios Grande. Thank you, Luna. Thank you, Lucifer. Who else is up there? Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Angel Grande. Oh, and of course, thank you, Dad. Thank you, Grandma, ancestors, and my kitties that are dead, and the ones that are alive. And my wildlings, my raccoons, my possums, they're wild animals, and I figure they're not stupid, and they'll know what to do. They have tunnels underneath our backyard and under their shed, so I'm sure they'll go hunker down somewhere or something. They're not, and Sneakum's my original opossum. She survived Ida. I mean, I met her before Ida in June, so she was here, and she's been here ever since. So if that little girl, and then she was a baby. She was a Joey when I met her. She was small, so if she can do it, she can figure out a place. All these other motherfuckers can too. And I've got my outdoor cat, Cece. Again, I don't know where he sleeps. It's usually he naps over here at our house, but he doesn't sleep there. And I figure he's got some. I think it's our next door neighbor. She has some extensions on her back patio, kind of like not closed in, fenced in. What's the word? Screened in. See, not working on all pistons. Not really on point today. Sorry, antlers are going here. But anyway, yeah. So, she. I think he sleeps over there somewhere. Oh, hi everybody! Just saying thank you for listening. I'm talking about Hurricane Francine, who's due to hit here somewhere around noon to 6 p.m. because I keep getting conflicted things, but whatever, it's all good. We're set to what they call shelter in place, and because it's such it's not a high category. We didn't have to close our storm windows either. We just got the storm windows put in, right after Ida. We got those installed, but we didn't put them down, the storm shutters for the windows, because we don't need to. And this is good because this is my mom's first hurricane. See, she fell the night before Ida and was in the hospital for the rest of that whole thing. When we evac, she was in the hospital. They kept her there because she broke her femur and had to have emergency surgery the night before Ida. So she didn't experience it. She was in a hospital bed where she couldn't see anything. This will be her first hurricane where she sees it. So that'll be interesting. I told her, I said, don't go near the windows, but I'm going to open up the shades so that you can actually see what it looks like. Because she gets up earlier than me. She'll probably be up at her normal 1 p.m. something or something. And when she gets up, then she'll be able to, she won't have to open anything, and she'll be able to see what up. Because, I got to see what up when we didn't even have storm window. It was just, well, you know that if you go way back to August of 2021 and you look through my Facebook there and you see all the documentation of me going through each Ida and each night after Ida until we evac to Mississippi. So, yeah. And the reason we had to evac to Mississippi is because it was swelteringly hot and no power. They didn't know when it was going to be back. And, they were thinking weeks. They weren't sure because this big main line for the entire grid of the better part of New Orleans and surrounding places like Kenner had been, I don't know if it's hit by lightning or what happened to it, but it fell into the river, and there was just no way to have power. And also, because of that, they couldn't pump anything, meaning that you could not use the water. And so we couldn't use water either. And I had water and ice, but you couldn't take shower, you couldn't wash it, you couldn't do anything. So basically it was considered, the house was uninhabitable, because there's no power and no water. So we were able to leave. My brother took me and my sister, and our sister, and we got the fuck out. And we took Fonty, my kitty, my Lord Fauntleroy. We took him because he was dying, and I wanted to take him because I thought he was going to die. I didn't want to leave him by himself to die. I was like, we'll take him to Mississippi. You can do it there. And we took him with us and left the rest of the kitties here. So, yeah, that was something. But anyway, yeah, so this is the update. I know I'm talking a lot. It's I'm rambling because it's been a really, really long 2 days of prepping and bugging out, but I'm so glad that we did it. I think the only thing I would like to find out for the coming years is really what kind of generator. My brother doesn't believe in generators. I don't know, it's not that he's afraid of them, but they do use gas, and you have to have them 20 feet to all this stuff. And I don't know if he's ever used one or if he just thinks they're evil. I don't know. But there's other ways, and there's expensive ways. There's the $1,600 way, but that still uses gas. So, and then there's the one that can run off your natural gas. That's $10,000. But if I had that, man, if I went out and sucked a bunch of dick for $10,000 to get it, I would love to have that where it hooks up into your natural gas, because we have a gas stove, so we'll be able to still cook and stuff if we want, which I do. I cook 3 times a day. So it hooks up into the generator. There's a box on the outside. It hooks up to your natural gas, and when the power goes out, it goes on, and then you just move on about your day. And I want that sometime, and I'm not saying sometime way in the future. I don't know how long it would take me to save for about $10,000. I don't know. Maybe adding credit to it too, but I have this feeling that I think I could do it, because I really think I would prefer to do that. I know people like using their gas generators. It's cheap, it's easy, it's very efficient, but you have to have gasoline. So then you have to make sure when you're getting close to a hurricane that you go, and there's going to be a million other people in line if where you want to get at least 2 gallons. Some people get more of gas, and then you have to hold on to that gas. Let's say you always want to be prepared, really, so you should actually have 2 gas cans filled with gas just to have, and then you would go out and get more. Now, when people are evacing, like what happened here, some people evac'd. I know Grand Isle had a mandatory evac. There were mandatory evacs down in the coast, and if you have to evac or if you want to evac, and you do it, closer to the hurricane time, you're going to be in long lines of gas lines while everybody's trying to get gas to leave and get gas for the generators. When Ida hit the next night, when I was here and all the power was out, it was black and shit outside, and I went and sit outside because it was hot, and I was like, and I went and sat outside with a candle because it was some kind of light. The only light was the candle outside, and it was creepy, and the only sound you could hear were generators. A couple people had generators in our neighborhood that had stayed, and that was it. You don't hear anything else. No birds, obviously no traffic, no cicadas, no nothing. Just generators. That's it. It was a really very strange thing to witness. But I think that is going to happen at some point, with at least some sort of semblance to a generator, because this isn't going to be the first time. Okay, I've only lived here 3 years and 6 months. And in 3 years and 6 months, this is my second hurricane already. So that might not be a lot, but to me, it's one that was really devastating. Ida was very devastating. Luckily, our house was secure. And same thing with this one, should be okay. And of course, hopefully everything will be all right. And hopefully our state will be okay and our city will be okay. And the surrounding ones, Texas, I don't know if it's going to hit Florida, but it looks like it's going up to Mississippi. So I hope all of our friends, where it's going up and down and all around, Francine, that French bitch. Oh man, I hope that bitch just gets the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? All right. So anyway, this is my update for now. I probably won't do any more updates tonight because why? Wait till tomorrow when I wake up. Then there'll be lots of updates. I'll be like, well, because I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to document the motherfucker out of it. I am totally documenting this, especially if it's grandma's first hurricane. It's my mom's first hurricane, so it'll be interesting. But trying to keep her steady. She's cool. She's cool. She's cool because I'm cool. It's like, look, we're good. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We're prepped to the gills, and what can you do? There's nothing else you can do except, there's lots of downtime. You can paint, play music, write, read a book, like real books. Like, she reads ebooks, and I was like, oh, well, you're not going to be able to do that, so maybe you should read a real book. I said, I have some books, and, maybe, whatever. My mom has this thing about reading used material. She doesn't like touching books like in the library or used books, but they're my books, so I thought you can go in my library, in my room, and go check out, there's something there that you might want to be interested in reading. There's magazines all over the house with all kinds of stuff in it. I said that's always a good thing. And of course I'm going to try to download some things. So anyway, thank you for listening, guys, and salud. Please give us your give us your good juju and good vibes. I'm not going to say thoughts and prayers because that's fucking stupid. But, Mama loves bourbon. Me and Jim Beam were hanging out tonight. That's what I'm talking about. We hang out every night. But, yes, and I have all my people around me. I have Lucifer, Great Santa Muerte. I have Jesus. I have the Virgin de Guadalupe. I've got my dad. I have my grandma. I've got the ancestors. I got my kitties. I got Luna. I think we're good. And we got Mother Nature, and we just hope that Mother Nature is kind. Okay, so signing off from New Orleans, Lori Bravo, and next time I'm on here, Hurricane Francine will be here. So that's all I have to say. Ugh.